Kendall Jenner may have just accidentally set off alarm bells across Hollywood, because what she just let slip has fans convinced that Justin and Hailey Bieber are headed for a full-blown divorce. And if you've been wondering why this rumored split is surfacing right after their baby's birth, or why their vibe has felt off lately, Kendall might have unknowingly spilled the tea. She didn't post a shady quote or drop a cryptic IG story, but she did attend a low-key gathering, and according to people close to her, she said just enough to get tongues wagging, the kind of subtle comment that turns into wildfire when the dots start connecting. So, did Kendall really confirm that Justin and Hailey are calling it quits? Let's break it down. We've all heard the drama before. Your husband was in a very public relationship. They were young, the world was obsessed, the timeline was fuzzy. Was Hailey a homewrecker? The internet demanded answers, and Hailey swore, nope, not once. She and Justin were never romantically involved at the same time as her. But here's what's new. Justin and Hailey's marriage has been under the microscope for years. Rumors of tension? Constant. But this fresh wave of speculation erupted when Justin was caught on camera snapping at paparazzi, just for filming him grabbing coffee. It wasn't a good look. Now, everyone knows Hollywood chewed Justin up and spit him out. Fame hasn't been kind, especially since he's lived under a spotlight since he was a kid. But this meltdown? It hit different. The internet didn't just feel bad for Justin. They started wondering, if this is how he acts in public, what's going on in private? And more importantly, what's Hailey dealing with behind closed doors? Justin on video, furious. Money, money, money. That's all y'all want. Get out of here, bro. You don't care about me, just the money. That meltdown led to the real kicker. Kendall allegedly weighed in. And she's not just any bystander. She's close with both of them. So when she opened her mouth, even casually, people listened. The second she hinted at trouble, the internet lit up with theories that she knew exactly what was going down. Insiders say it happened at one of those intimate inner circle parties, where the drinks flow and lips loosen. That's when Kendall supposedly said what fans have suspected for months, that the divorce, not only real, but long overdue. And here's the thing, what she said fit perfectly with everything fans had already been noticing in Justin and Hailey's behavior. The biggest red flag? Their public appearances, or rather, the lack of them. First, people assumed Hailey was just staying home to rest during her pregnancy. Made sense, right? But even after the baby came, they stayed out of the spotlight. If anything, they became even more distant. Fans were still willing to believe that early parenthood might be taking a toll, until it started to feel intentional. Not only were Justin and Hailey showing up to the same events separately, they were also leaving separately. One major moment that had fans raising eyebrows happened in March 2025. Justin was spotted at church solo. Everyone figured Hailey skipped the service, until a separate video surfaced, showing her leaving the same venue through a different exit with her own entourage. No interaction, no acknowledgement, nothing. That's when the questions exploded. Why would a married couple with a newborn go out of their way to avoid being seen together? And then there was the Instagram drama. Back in February, Justin suddenly unfollowed Hailey. Fans went into full meltdown mode until he refollowed her and claimed he'd been hacked. He even posted, "Someone went to my IG and unfollowed my wife. It's getting sus out here." A day later, Hailey pulled the exact same stunt. Unfollow, refollow, then a sketchy explanation that felt like, well, an obvious cover-up. Hailey tried to play it cool. She wrote, "It's a glitch, didn't unfollow him, hope this helps." But let's be real, nothing about it helped. At the time, all these odd moments were brushed off as technical errors or misunderstandings. But when you zoom out and look at the full picture, it doesn't feel random anymore. It feels like a puzzle slowly snapping into place. And then came the part that hit hardest, the way they've started talking about each other, or rather, not talking at all. Their once lovey-dovey social media, full of nicknames, heart emojis, and PDA, is now a digital ghost town. No tags, no flirty comments, just radio silence. But the real gut punch? Hailey's recent interview. While discussing their future, she casually referred to Justin as my child's father. Not my husband. Not Justin. Just clinical. Cold. And fans caught that immediately. Not just because it sounded distant, but because it was the exact opposite of how she used to talk about him. Glowing, affectionate, proud. Now, that warmth is gone. And to those watching closely, it wasn't just weird. It felt like a sign that something inside their marriage had snapped. And honestly, we could keep listing red flags until next week. Because even if you haven't been following their every move, everyone knows there's been a slow, visible unraveling. Kendall's alleged comments didn't start the fire. They just added gasoline. Sources say Kendall didn't just hint that things were bad. She said the quiet part out loud. This relationship has been barely hanging on. And then, out of nowhere, Hailey's dad jumped into the chaos. He posted a message to his followers, writing, "Christians, when you think of Justin and Hailey, take a moment to pray for wisdom, for protection, for them to draw close to the Lord." That wasn't a sweet, vague blessing. That was a full-on SOS, disguised in church talk. And now, it makes total sense why he felt the need to go public with that plea. But what exactly did Kendall say? According to insiders, Kendall didn't just drop vague drama. She laid out exactly what's going wrong. And at the core of it all, Justin's mental health. Kendall reportedly told friends that Justin's been in an incredibly dark place for over a year, and it's taken a massive toll on Hailey, especially now with a baby in the mix. And honestly, the timeline tracks. Not long ago, the internet was buzzing with one question. Why does Justin Bieber always look so sad? For weeks, paparazzi caught him looking hollow, like a shell of who he used to be. Fans said he looked like he was carrying the weight of the world. That dark cloud energy, it was obvious. And then came the crying selfies. Rumors started swirling. He'd shut out his team, cut ties with friends, even kept family at a distance. Whispers grew louder. Justin didn't want anyone near the baby. Not his people, not Hailey's, not even their inner circle. One report said, Justin Bieber has changed a lot. He doesn't trust easily anymore. He's using fewer bodyguards, fewer drivers. He even insists on driving himself and Hailey around. He's becoming more isolated by the day. But the most chilling claim from Kendall's private convo? That Justin only seems happy when he's not sober. Insiders pointed to a recent roadshow where Justin showed up looking completely out of it. Dazed, swaying, eyes glazed over. Fans said he was smiling like a zombie. It was disturbing to watch. And Kendall allegedly confirmed what everyone feared. Justin's mental state is spiraling fast. And Hailey? She's at her limit. Emotionally, physically, mentally. She's done holding the weight of it all on her shoulders. You thought that coffee shop meltdown with paparazzi was bad? According to Kendall, that was just the surface. Behind the scenes, Justin's breakdowns reportedly spiral into chaotic, uncontrollable moments. Now, to be fair, Justin has always been open about battling anxiety, depression, trauma. In his own words, "I got married and hit an emotional breakdown. I thought marriage would fix everything. It didn't. It just exposed the parts of me I didn't want to face. And that vulnerability, admirable. But the truth is, the pressure hasn't let up. It's gotten worse." And according to Kendall's circle, one of the biggest unresolved issues? The internet's obsession with comparing Hailey to Selena Gomez. The non-stop harassment, the trolling, the Jelena nostalgia. It's been relentless, and it's slowly chipped away at both of them. Honestly, the fact that we're still talking about this in 2025 is wild. Hailey still can't post a selfie without someone dragging Selena into it. Kendall reportedly confirmed that these constant comparisons have crushed Hailey's self-esteem and strained her marriage. Hailey's had to be super calculated in public because everything gets twisted into a Selena versus Hailey narrative. Even Selena's engagement turned into a ring comparison. After nearly 6 years of marriage, that kind of noise would break anyone. And here's the real blow. According to Kendall, Justin has never fully let go of Selena. That came from someone who's been in the room, Kendall isn't just a mutual friend. And Justin didn't help matters either. He once said his favorite teen memory was dating Selena while married to Hailey. Imagine how that felt. Rather than seek help, they allegedly decided to have a baby to fix things. But it's only added pressure. Now, insiders say the baby became more of a distraction than a solution, and it gets worse. Rumors claim Justin drove to Selena's house right after his honeymoon. If that's even half true, the marriage was doomed from the start. Let's not forget the family drama. Hailey's dad, Stephen Baldwin, has long been accused of pushing her into this marriage for clout. People even claimed the Baldwins saw Justin as a cash cow. Hailey was just 22, dealing with global headlines and a husband allegedly stuck on his ex. If Kendall's right, and Justin still hasn't let go of Selena, then all those early rumors, they weren't just gossip, they were warnings we all missed. And Kendall? She's not just a bystander. She's besties with Hailey, and reportedly has her own history with Justin. That adds an extra layer of mess to all of this. Back in 2020, during one of those cutesy Instagram lives with Justin and Hailey, Kendall joined in, and things got awkward fast. Justin asked her if she ever saw their marriage coming, and Kendall flat out said, "Honestly, no." Hailey's face dropped. The vibe shifted instantly, and in that moment, you could feel it. This marriage wasn't all sunshine behind the scenes. Fast forward to 2025, and sure, Kendall and Hailey are still out here posting selfies, grabbing dinner in West Hollywood, keeping up appearances. But if the rumors are true, Kendall's private thoughts about this marriage tell a very different story. Because in Hollywood, loyalty and image don't always match. Kendall's position is complicated. She's Hailey's bestie, but she also has history with Justin. She's part of the inner circle, but she's not exactly neutral. That IG Live moment wasn't just awkward. It might have been a crack in the mask. And now, with Kendall reportedly spilling serious tea about Hailey and Justin's marriage falling apart, you have to wonder, is she really a supportive friend, or is she low-key fanning the flames? Because let's be real, if Kendall's out here dropping bombshells about her best friend's crumbling marriage, Hailey doesn't need enemies. This triangle runs deep, and the line between friendship, loyalty, and performance, it's getting real blurry. What do you think is going on behind the scenes? Is Kendall just keeping it real? Or is she hiding way more than she shows? Drop your thoughts below, because this drama, it's nowhere near done. Oh, and for the record, no one's confirmed or denied any of this. Not Hailey, not Justin, not Kendall, but the stories are eerily consistent with what we've all seen. So yeah, this might not be gossip anymore. This might be facts.